One of the things that really happened, if there's anything newsworthy, is I told them about Berkeley Heights. I was there in Berkeley Heights on Tuesday for the council meeting, and it looked like a done deal to me. It was going to be on their ballot, and they seem to have already made up their minds that they're going to secede. And this is how I brought it up, and at the end of this little video you'll see Freeholder Sullivan again saying,
can't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, I mean, it was apparently there was an off-ramp that the county helped Berkeley Heights people with. I mean, an on-ramp, off-ramp. There was some road thing that the weight of the Freeholder board somehow, I don't mean Mirabella, I mean, he didn't specify how they did it, but apparently there was going to be some road construction that some Berkeley Heights people didn't want. And because of that, you know, those ungrateful Berkeley Heights people, here they are. He kind of looked at it as backstabbing. I mean, we helped you with this off-ramp stuff. And it was Snyder Park, too. But that was open space money before they were stealing the open space fund. So this is how it played out. My question, pretty much asking, you know, what can you argue against it? And Chairman Mirabella pretty much not giving me anything. But at the end, Sullivan saved it. So here's how it played out.
I see Mr. Patterson out in the audience tonight. Do they have much public comment on this resolution? All right, we'll move on to opening the public for the purpose of commenting on any matter. Please come forward and state your name and town of residence, and please adhere to the 5-minute time. You don't have to.
So sad up there. Yeah, John Curry, Kenilworth. And I have a general question just to fill up the time, justify my presence here. And there might not be an answer. Actually, I'm guessing there probably isn't an answer. Next election day, November 2013, Berkeley Heights is planning on putting a non-binding referendum on their ballot to secede from Union County. From now until then, I was at the Berkeley Heights meeting on Tuesday. Yeah, they were saying that they were going to have, each week they were going to, or each meeting they were going to have something, bringing more information about this process, and they all seem pretty serious about it. Now, Berkeley Heights goes, Summit might not be far behind if they're allowed. And that would put now the other people, the other cities in the county who aren't contiguous to another county in can secede would have a burden on there. So I was trying to think of reasons that Berkeley Heights shouldn't leave. I didn't get very far. They're paying, had a property owner in Berkeley Heights had their property in Chatham or Morris County, somewhere there, the county portion of their taxes would be about 46% less. Somerset County is 35%, and Middlesex is like 20%. And that's not only Berkeley Heights, that's because of the way they do it and the equalization, that's everybody. So maybe you could help me with this, trying to keep Berkeley Heights here. Can you think of any reason at all that they would be better off? I mean, what services does Union County provide that Morris County does a terrible job with? Or is there anything that you can come up with off the top of your head? That's it.
Well, Mr. Burry, I'm not exactly sure what kind of answer you're expecting, but so many reasons why Union County should stay together the way it is. I'm not sure we have enough time to go through all the benefits that each town receives, Berkeley Heights and all the other towns as well. So it's a very difficult process for a town to leave, and I'm sure that over time Berkeley Heights will determine that it makes sense for them to stay within Union County. But thanks for the question.
You know, one of the speakers talked about Berkeley Heights and reasons for staying in Berkeley Heights. I have about $10 million. It's called Snyder Park. So the county put about $10 million into Snyder Park. It's going to be purchased and the renovation of the field. And I know the people of Berkeley Heights were extremely happy, along with the mayor and the council, when that facility was opened, I think it was 2 years ago. One of the other things that I worked closely with Berkeley Heights on, going back when I was on the NJTCA, was the expansion. Berkeley Heights was adamantly against the expansion of an exit on Route 70, I think it's Diamond Hill Road, that was being pushed, ironically, by Somerset County. And that exit in Berkeley Heights would have really only benefited the people in Somerset County. And Somerset County was pushing hard, and we here in Union County got that project killed because Berkeley Heights was dead set against it. I find it interesting when we talk about secession too. It sounds as if, from what the speaker was saying, that if you border another county, you have maybe some ability to go to that county. So if you're Garwood, you can't go anywhere. Maybe you want to go to, maybe Garwood wants to go to Ocean County, or something like that. And it speaks to the kind of silly nature of the whole discussion, because at the end of the day, nobody's going anywhere. If we have issues with Berkeley Heights or any other towns, you never have any problem meeting with anyone and working with those folks to resolve our differences. So I'm sure for whoever was pushing it and saying it in Berkeley Heights makes for a nice headline or a few things, but let's talk about the reality of trying to govern and trying to do the best thing for all the residents. And again, this focus on county taxes. The education portion of your bill, I'm sure in Berkeley Heights it's probably about 60% of your taxes. Nobody seems to be talking about that. This focus kind of on the county taxes, because I think we're an easy target to go to. So, frankly, that's all. It's an issue kind of like freeholder districting. It comes up all the time, and really has nowhere to go. Those are my comments for the evening.
There's another classic example of Freeholder Sullivan putting in his 2 cents. He basically was saying that secession has not a chance in hell of happening, and that districting will happen when pigs fly. Well, yes, that may be his opinion, but a lot of people said that we would never stop Music Fest. We did, and I think the people in Berkeley Heights are also equally serious about seceding from Union County. We shall see.
And one thing I left out of my presentation, I didn't want to make a point of it, is that, well, I made the point that if Berkeley Heights leaves, Summit leaves, Westfield, Clark, all those people, and it makes economic sense for them to do so, that the rest of the county taxpayers will pick up their share. Like Berkeley Heights leaves, that's $14 million everybody else is going to have to pick up, because there won't be any cuts anywhere else. I mean, we have Berkeley. How much does Berkeley Heights cost to be part of the county? So it's going to be higher taxes for everybody. And because you have to be contiguous other cities, as Sullivan said, Garwood for one. I don't know if he thought I lived in Garwood or... Actually,
I didn't understand that.
But, so we are not contiguous, Garwood and Kenilworth, and I wanted to make the point we're not contiguous yet. If Berkeley Heights leaves, Summit leaves, Westfield, just looking at a map you can see, then comes Kenilworth's turn. And for now, the best we could do is a resolution asking for an audit, which I presented to the Kenilworth Council, and we'll see how far that goes. So things are moving, and a year or two from now, there's a non-binding referendum to be on the ballot next year in Berkeley Heights. Absolutely no chance at all of it going down. I mean, they're all going to vote for it. This may be a 90%er. So what happens after that might depend on what happens in the next year about bringing out more information about the county and what it does, doesn't do, and where it spends its money. If that gets visible, if Summit gets on board, well, Summit is pretty much it. Berkeley Heights we could lose. Summit, no, especially now that they have Merck. Those two leaving, New Providence may be far behind. That gone, the taxes are going to go up 5-6% anyway, just because of the debt that's coming due. Without those people, the other towns, it'll be 10, 15, 20, ridiculous percentages, 20% probably once Berkeley Heights leaves. So it'll take time, 2-3 years probably, but Union County is being destroyed. It may not be here, and that might be a good thing.